A few years ago, I decided that I want mac and cheese for lunch. I did not want to make Kraft dinner. I wanted real, delicious, good, homemade mac and cheese. Without looking for a recipe or asking how to make it, I made it up as it went. And as it turns out, I can make a very nice mac and cheese. Ever since I found out it was a simple but excellent meal, I began making it for every event I needed an offering for. On my own 13th birthday, my friends requested mac and cheese because no one makes it like you do. At Thanksgiving, I made mac and cheese, which vanished mysteriously after about 10 minutes. For the winter band potluck, I was deemed the favorite member because I had brought mac and cheese, the only real food there. Every snow day when I visit my children, I have to make them mac and cheese. Far and wide, my mac and cheese is known well, even by some who have never tried it. Here's a step-by-step guide to replicate my mac and cheese to bring when you need an offering. Step 1. Choosing the right pasta. This is an important step to make a mac and cheese. The most important step. Most people stick with the classic elbow noodle, while some go penne, which is basically an Alfredo at that point. For the best results, use a pasta that speaks to you, or one that has a fun hole for cheese to go in. Personally, I go with cavatappi. It's fun for kids, full flavor, and cheese falls out when you bite in. So the first thing we need to do is boil the water. So step 2, cook the pasta. Don't use too much or not enough water. The pasta has to be covered, but the pot can't overflow. When you want to boost efficiency, it's best to boil the water beforehand in a kettle. After it's boiling, add the water to an already heated pot so it doesn't lose temperature. Once it has been transferred, add salt, onion powder, garlic powder, and Italiano. After you have made a quick broth, add the cavatappi and allow to cook, stirring occasionally. So I have urban garlic, Italiano, onion powder, salt. And I'm going to get my kettle, put it in the pot. As we can see, I've already started heating the pot, so there's no temperature lost in the making of the mac and cheese. This is my kettle. I'm going to start with adding the onion powder, the Italiano, the urban garlic seasoning, and most importantly, salt. I'm going to mix this all together to form a broth. This sticks to the noodles well. And then we have to wait for it to boil. Moving on to step 3. Shred a mass amount of cheese. Cheese is the best part of mac and cheese. It's even in the name. When it comes to choosing cheese, you either need variety or simplicity. I like to shred a lot of marble cheese or whatever my fridge holds. Make sure that the cheese has lots of time to warm up and become room temperature before you make the sauce. As well, keep leftover cheese to put on top of the noodles before baking. Step 4 is make the milk also room temperature. If the milk is too hot or too cold, it will make the melted cheese grainy. A grainy sauce is not appetizing, and therefore no one will want to eat it. Step 5. Make the sauce. After your sauce ingredients are room temperature, add them to a smaller pot together. Adding the milk first. Don't add too much milk because you want it to be a thicker sauce. And then cheese, ensuring that you leave some for the topping later. This should be enough for the topping. As well, you should add a pinch of salt, onion powder, and garlic powder to perfect the flavor. And now that my broth is boiling, I'm going to add it in the middle. So, for our sauce, we are going to stir it lightly so the cheese melts evenly. As well to the sauce, if you have bacon grease on hand, you can add that in for extra flavor. And I do have bacon grease on hand. And then you're going to stir it consistently until the cheese melts completely, so you have a liquidy but gooey sauce. As well, make sure the pasta's being stirred occasionally. Once you have your sauce, you're going to create, step 6 is to create a 1-to-1 ratio of flour and water in a small container. And you're going to shake it until combined. It should be a little thicker than water, but not a solid. And then you add the sauce and stir until it's thickened. Then add in the flour and water mixture, which is a thicker viscosity. And stir until you have a thick sauce. Continue to stir pasta. So the sauce is now thick. Step 7. Drain the pasta when it is cooked. The pasta should be a little raw as it will be baked later. After all the water is gone down the drain, add the sauce and mix until fully coated. Make sure that you fold the sauce into the noodles so each noodle gets all the sauce it deserves. Step 8, we're going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Put the mac and cheese into a glass baking dish. There is no greasing required as the mac and cheese is liquidy with the sauce. Get all of the sauce and all the pasta. Cover the exposed noodles in the remaining cheese. On top of that, you can add optional breadcrumbs. Another optional ingredient is to put some bacon bits on it. That's what it's looking like. And we are going to wait for the oven to heat. Step 9. Put the mac and cheese in the oven until the cheese is melted or turned golden brown. The cheese should not be burnt but slightly bubbling. When this occurs, the mac and cheese should be taken out of the oven. To serve it, add crushed up chips, more cheese, and bacon bits. All of these are of course optional, as noodles are fine on their own. A crushed chip adds a crunch, which is a phenomenal texture that mac and cheese lacks. Cheese is self-explanatory as the recipe uses a lot of it. Bacon is purely love of the game. This is the art of making mac and cheese.